want them to practice a skill. The skill of writing things down and using that as a tool, because they won't have it all the time, and learning that long-term habit of making sure they know how to keep track of their multiple assignments is really a wonderful skill to learn right now. So we model that, and we have a way for you all as parents to know if it's really homework or not. And so I'd like to show you how to get to our homework log. You can start right at the Interlakes District homepage. And from there, you want to choose our school, which is on this left side here, which says Interlakes Middle High School. That guy right there, where my cursor is. So if I click there, it brings us to our school page. And from here, what you'd like to do is contact us. You'd like some information, so you right down there to that faculty and staff contact spot. And when you click there, you are gifted with a list of all the faculty and staff here at the school. And on this spot right here, you will find our website. All kinds of helpful information here just for 7th grade if you're interested. But this is the real winner that will make your lives happy at home when you ask, do you have any homework? And here it is. So each day, with pretty regularly, we will post what homework is for each subject. And this should match pretty much what the assignment book says. So if your child is building that skill, this is what it should look like. And if you ever have a question, you should be able to find it right there. Okay? If you have a web-enabled device with you, and you would like to go directly there, I believe you can scan that QR code, and it will bring you right there. So I don't mind if anybody takes a picture and scans that right now. We'll have those in our classrooms as well if you want to scan it. But my phone, I can scan that guy, and it links me right to the website. So I'll get out of the way while you all link that if you'd like. If you're finding that that's challenging, we will each have a paper copy of that QR code in our classroom, and you can scan it using a paper copy as well. Okay? All right, I am ready to be done talking for this evening, but Mrs. Bartlett is going to talk to you a little bit more about some technology.
Hi everybody, thank you again for coming. I'm going to share a couple of different things with you, and the first is I'm going to introduce you to a tool that you may be familiar with from your elementary schools last year, and that's called Google Classroom. And the purpose of Google Classroom is for teachers to be able to share resources with students. So this is not something that is necessarily available to you instantaneously every day, but all you have to do is the simple task of say to your kids, show me your Google Classroom. And this magical thing happens in 7th grade where they're like, I would love to tell you everything I'm learning. They're gonna say that, right 7th graders? But now that you're here and you've heard me say that, you're gonna say that. And 7th graders, here's why. Because we've been talking about this all week anyway already. But all the research around how you learn says that when you think about things afterwards and you reflect on those things afterwards, they go into long-term memory storage better, which means you learn them better. And so when your parents say to you, hey, what did you do at school today? You no longer can say, nothing. You can say, oh, let me show you some things on Google Classroom. Let me talk to you, in fact, let me argue with you about tacos. Okay, so parents, you have to talk to your kids about tacos tonight, and they'll fill you all in. And kids, just so you know, if you would like to start this debate, you can go on to Google Classroom tonight because all the facts are there, and you too can do this game with your parents. So in all of our classes in some capacity. So what you'll see is here is a post today in my classroom that talks about tacos, and this will give you an idea of what we've done for the last few days. Ice cream recipes on there too, kids, if you want to make it at home. And so this allows your kids to share their learning with you. Kids, this allows you to reflect on your learning at home, which is good for your learning. It's also a useful tool if, let's say, you are sick one day, and if you're home on the couch with a fever, we don't expect you to be doing schoolwork. But we do want you to just take a peek and see what happened at school. So that when you come in, when you feel better, instead of saying, what did we do in science? You can say, hey, I saw that we did that lab. When could I schedule a time to make that up? So this allows your students to start to become more independent in their learning, which is pretty cool. So this is just an example of science, but they have 4 classes worth of Google Classrooms that they can show with you, that they can share with you. Anybody have any questions? Because I have some things. Your kids are not this quiet. Just saying. I want to, the next thing I just want to show you is, I want to talk to you a tiny bit about is a little bit less fun, but really important, is the financial accountability and responsibility that your kids have with Chromebooks. And we have been a one-to-one district for years now. The district has been collecting lots of data about what the best investments are with that one-to-one technology. And what they have concluded is, I'm not sure if your students, I don't think your students are old enough to experience this, but if you have older students, you might remember that parents could buy into an insurance policy every year, and you don't write that check anymore. And the reason is, they did a cost analysis, and for, even if your student only starts paying for insurance in 5th grade, or 4th grade through 12th grade, every year, times multiple students, is not necessarily, they have decided, a good investment. So we don't have insurance policies for your students for your Chromebooks. What that does mean is we've invested in some technology to do some Chromebook repairs here at school. And the basic summary is, if something accidental happens to your kid's Chromebook, we want them to tell us, and we want to fix it because it's a tool they need. If your student chooses to deface their Chromebook or purposely break their Chromebook, it is your financial responsibility as a family to purchase that Chromebook. So we've talked to the kids about this. This is an amazing group of 7th graders. We are already totally wowed by them. They're so fun, they're so nice. Nobody's gonna do anything bad with their Chromebooks. But if they have a cracked screen because they accidentally dropped it, we wanna know so we can fix it. The last piece of that is talking about chargers. And chargers cost $20 for families to replace. We do not replace them as a school. And so we are helping your students come up with systems for how they can keep their chargers at home or in their backpack if they travel to multiple places, and charge their Chromebooks at night. Because the same way matching socks disappeared in my basement, Chromebook chargers disappeared in this building, gone. They're vanished, and no one takes them. No one maliciously takes them. But if you leave your charger here, I promise you will not have a charger anymore. So storing them at school is a less than desirable option. Any questions about that? I got the really fun stuff to talk about. Should I show where Alma will be? Yeah. Okay. The last piece we just want to make you aware of, and you'll be getting a little bit more information about this in the next 2 weeks from us here at school. But we do want to just show you that we do have an online grading portal. And so you as families will be able to check on your child's progress. There's nothing in there yet. We've only had them for 7 days, so we have nothing to tell you yet. But approximately every 2 weeks, we will be entering updated information about your students and their assessments and how they're doing. If they've redone work, we will put that information online for you, and we just want you to know that that is available. And the way you will access that is you will go to interlakes.org, and you will go to the parent resource page. I don't have a cool QR code, I'm sorry. And you'll go to the ILMHS student parent portal. And I'm not going to log you in because that's a teacher page. But you should have a login and password for this. And if you don't, that's fine. But you need to contact Alicia White. And so if you need us to, you can email us and we can send you the information. But Alicia will make sure, we do want to make sure that everyone has a login and password for that, so that when we start reporting out, and we'll give you information about what that will look like, but you will know how to access that. All right, I'm going to pass it off to Mrs. Taylor.
So for the fourth time, thank you again for coming. It's a beautiful night and you took the time and we appreciate it. I know that we talked about making sure everybody was here, and really the reason we did that is because this is a lot of new information. And because this is a lot of new information, I want you to know that your homeroom teachers, they're your first person to kind of contact. If you're confused about anything that we're talking about tonight, or you have questions, concerns, email your homeroom teacher. We see your kids at least 3 times a day. We form really strong relationships with all the kids. But certainly our homeroom kids, those are our home-based kids. So please reach out to us. I just wanted to remind you of that. The other piece I wanted to talk to you about are hopes and dreams. So we have reached out to your kids in the first week of school, and we've talked to them about, so what are your hopes and dreams for this year? What do you want to do? What are your goals? Because really, we have this amazing team of people. We have a whole new administration. The administration, our first day of school, asked us that question. What do you want to see this year? Lots has changed. What do you want? What are your hopes and dreams? So all the teachers, all the staff at Interlakes wrote down what we wanted. We're asking your kids what they want, and we'd like to know what you want as well. So as you leave, there's a little bin. That's for you and for your kids. Is there something you want to see from us? Is there something we can do for you to help your kids achieve a dream that you have for them? Just let us know. We're here for you. That's what we do. And we love doing it. Like Rachel said, they're a great group of 7th graders. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. When we're done with this, we're going to go down to the homerooms. Your student can bring you down to your classrooms. There are sign-up sheets, sign-off sheets for the Chromebooks. It just means that you've heard this presentation, that you know about Alma, that you know how to get into the homework page, and that we've given you the information about the fact that the insurance is no longer there and that chargers are your responsibility now. So if you could come down to 7th grade with us, that would be fantastic. Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, can I say that? Yeah, right as you go out, there's a little bin. It says hopes and dreams. If you each take one, if you haven't already, you can fill them out tonight, although I would think maybe you take them home, kind of go through, and then you can send them back with your student. That would be fine. If you want us to give you a phone call, just email out, and we'd be happy to talk to you on the phone about your hopes and dreams as well. We're happy to do that as well, whatever you're comfortable with. Students are going to bring them down, to the 7th grade hallway. Students, you all know where you're going? You're going to start